Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the top 3 reasons that chronic repetitive strain injuries, overuse injuries are so hard to treat and why they keep coming back no matter what you do. And so some examples of these kinds of injuries are carpal tunnel, tendonitis, just chronic low back pain, or that knot in your shoulder, TMJ, or focal dystonia, trigger finger, sciatica. There's all kinds of injuries like this that musicians have that seem to come and go. They seem a bit mysterious. They definitely interfere with how your body feels, and maybe even they interfere with how much you play, how much you practice or how you go about practicing, and how many performances you can do, that kind of a thing. So if that's what's happening for you, if you're having these injuries and they keep coming back and you're stretching and exercising and they keep coming back and you're doing all the right things, but here you are, you're still in pain, then you definitely want to check out these 3 reasons for why you're still in pain. So first we have to understand the root cause of these kinds of injuries, and that's tension in your body. You're holding your body too tight. If you didn't already know that, that's what's happening. And so then we're getting to these 3 reasons, and they all kind of center around this central problem of your body being too tight and that being held for too long. So good news is there's nothing inherently wrong with your body. All right. So great news, right? Your body's actually essentially okay despite the pain. And you just need to understand a little bit more about what's happening for your body. And that's where we come to this first reason why these injuries keep coming back. The first reason is that tension is a habit. Take that in for a moment. Muscular tension, holding it in your body, holding too much tension, excess tension, is a habit. You're doing it unconsciously. You don't even realize how tight you're holding yourself, probably. And even if you feel the tightness and tension, you might not really recognize the true extent of it. You might not really recognize all the different times during the day when your body is tight. And you're just so used to it, you don't even feel it anymore. That's one of the things about habits, right? 2 main characteristics of habits: automatic, unconscious. Both of those work against you in terms of muscle tension. Even though muscle tension feels bad, if it's automatic, it's just going to keep coming back, right? It's just going to keep coming back every time you pick up your instrument, every time something stressful happens, every time you see the run of 30-second notes. All right, so it'll come back automatically. And the other is that it's unconscious. So habits are unconscious. You don't really notice the full extent of it. Even if you do notice something feels off or something's in pain, you might not realize the full extent. All right, so you have to deal with the habit of tension, or else it's just going to keep coming back, right? So that's the number 1 big reason for why repetitive strain injuries keep coming back no matter what you try. And number 2 is that your body is a web. Your body is a web. So the part that hurts, here or here or here or wherever it is, isn't necessarily the cause of the pain. So this is very different than the Western medicine model, which it takes a look at, it's really great at emergency medicine. You got an arrow in your shoulder, well, that's where you focus, right? Because looking elsewhere is not going to help you so much get the arrow out and stop the bleeding and all that. But with repetitive strain injuries, it's so different. It's so different. Repetitive strain injuries are a habit. It's a behavior. And that's not something to do with this particular part, or that particular part, or this particular part, or that particular part of your body. Rather, because your body is a web, it could be that tension in one part of your body is pulling on that and causing that part to hurt. It's just like if you pull on your shirt, your whole shirt shifts and moves. I could pull on my shirt here and really feel the tension or pain over here, right? Maybe this is a habitual holding and I don't even feel this anymore. But I'll feel it over here. And I can do all kinds of stuff over here, all kinds of stuff. massage and stretch it out and exercise it. But until this goes away, that's not going to feel any better. Your body is a web. You have to address the whole body. All right, number 3 is more of a statement about our culture and the way that we teach everything, and definitely music. So what I mean is that, I'm talking about repetitive strain injuries, overuse injuries while we're playing music, and the problem there is in your body, right? It's not in knowing the notes to play or the technique or the music theory or anything like that. And yet, the notes, the technique, the music theory is all that's taught, generally, in music schools. And you go to your music lesson and you're focusing on the little dots on the page and making a sound with your instrument and learning the repertoire and all that, and that's great. Thumbs up. Love all that. But if you don't include what's happening here, then you're going to miss the root causes of the pain that you're in. And so that's it's actually kind of a cultural thing. We don't focus on our bodies very much in this culture. There are a lot of taboos around the body, around just being in your own body, feeling your body, and around touch, all kinds of things like that. And we're all so stressed out, especially in modern times, so stressed out, always doing things that we don't really take the time to notice what's going on in our bodies. And so with the just overall level of stress that we have in modern life, and the way that our music pedagogy is set up, and this isn't just music pedagogy, it's like basically all of education. The way that it's set up is on these outward things. Getting the notes, the repertoire, the techniques, learning the facts and figures and all that. And again, all that's great. But if you're having repetitive strain injuries, if that pain keeps coming back, overuse injuries, you need to focus elsewhere, right? You need to include more of yourself. Not just getting the notes right. You need to include your body. What's happening in your body when you're playing those notes? What's happening in your body when you're getting, doing that run or whatever? What's happening in your mind? What are you thinking about? What's your quality of attitude? What are your emotions? What's your overall view of yourself in the world? All that really affects the state of your body and whether or not this pain is going to keep coming back. So those are 3 big reasons. There's more, and I'll be sharing more over the coming weeks and months. But those are the 3 big reasons that the pain keeps coming back. First one, tension is a habit. Tension is what causes the repetitive strain injuries. If you're doing this all day, you're going to injure yourself. All right? And number 2 is, I just lost it. Oh, your body is a web. Right? So the one reason they're really hard to treat is that if you're treating just that one spot, you're missing the tension that could be happening elsewhere. That's actually the root cause. Okay, number 3 is that we live in a culture of ignoring the body and not paying attention to the body, whereas this is exactly what you need right now if you're suffering from repetitive strain injuries. If you want, I'm offering a free mini course for musicians who are having these kinds of issues that I've been talking about. It's 5 simple and surprisingly effective techniques for relieving pain, releasing tension, even when practicing even the most challenging music. So that's the title. Bit of a long title for that mini course, but you get the picture from it, right? And so if you're experiencing tension, pain when practicing music, definitely check out this free mini course, and I'll have the link below. And if you enjoyed this, if you have any questions, just reach out. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you soon. My name is Joseph Arnold, Alexander technique teacher and violinist, and co-founder of Soulforce Music School. All right, I'll see you next time.